Hello everyone. Hey Alberto, how are you? Hi Maharshi, how are you? I'm good. Okay, who are you? So let me introduce you to Alberto. So, okay. Cool. Incorrect password for sure. Parapa. Hi Kenneth, welcome back. Hi Wandering Soul, welcome. Cool. So, where did we leave on episode 22F, I guess? Or is this 22F? Yeah, this is 22F, that was 22E. I have to get rid of alphabet naming from the next series. That's for sure. Yes. Okay. So basically, what we had was this product store product.html, which renders this. And then, as you can see, we handled this in the last call. Available sizes, available classes. We added a child table, if you recall, for variants, and then if they click on buy now, they can basically fill in their details and then place order and pay. So that we did. Razorpay integration, they can basically do success at UPI, fill in their UPI ID or credit card or debit card. As soon as they pay, right, payment is successful, redirecting in 4 seconds. 4 3 2 1, and they get redirected to the success page, which was very bare minimal. It just shows their order ID. And in the backend, so new window, pages.localhost. If we go to order list, we'll see the order gets created in the backend. It is in paid state, and as you can see, there is the user, there is customer name, whatever detail was filled in from the front, it is there. And Razorpay order ID, Razorpay payment ID, variant ID is there, and product is there, right? So everything is fit and fine. The only thing remaining that we started working on was store order.py file to place the order on print row, right? So what we did was, if the status changed on the order and it is paid, right? So it became paid, we enqueue. So we are putting it in the background, we are not doing it immediately. To place order on print row, that is this, to call this script or this method, and we were reading the docs and we were filling in the details, and then we were making the request, and we added a breakpoint. We didn't run it through, and today we will start from here. And then we have few stuff to fix. First of all, we didn't handle delivery here. They have an API to get options for delivery. So what courier do you want to use? That we will handle today. And first of all, let's get a button to manually call this method, because we can't wait for the background job to finish. Maybe it failed and we will have to manually figure it out, right? Manually trigger it. And so this will be similar pattern to print row settings, right? Sync products now. So we'll say if it is in paid state, we'll try to add a button here that probably says place order on print row. Okay, so we'll go to store order.js file. We'll uncomment this out. So how is everyone doing, by the way? So I was at India FOSS. If frm dot doc dot status equal paid, right? We'll add frm dot add custom button. We should use translation, that's fine. Place order on print row, then a callback method, right? This makes sense. And yeah, semicolon, fine, whatever makes you happy. We have place order on print row, if it is in paid status, and then we want to call frm.call this method that we created in store order.py file. We have to whitelist it, of course. Let's whitelist it first. Frappe is imported, fine. Not allow guest, no. Hi Azan, how are you? Good to see you here. And yep. Hello Streak, how are you doing? And we'll call this API, and then we will do, so what I will do is I will do btn equal to, and then frm.call pass the button dot then, right? Okay, we'll figure it out what to do after the backend has been called. Catch error frappe dot message print, okay, error while placing order on print row. Okay, let's start. So obviously it will fail first. Is it even calling it? Oh, breakpoint is there. We added a breakpoint. Why? Okay, let me restart the bench. Let's check JavaScript console. Maximum call stack size exceeded. Okay, what did I do now? What did I do? Add custom button. Okay, if anybody notices anything, just let me know. Is it happening just on call of a button? Okay, we are doing something wrong. So probably I knew that frm.call there is some other syntax. I always forget that syntax, but fine. Let's open up Frappe. Let's search for frm.call, and okay, if you want to pass the button, we have to give it an object syntax. Okay, fine. So why I'm passing the button is it automatically freezes it, makes it disabled. Method btn. Okay, let's go back, let's reload. Okay, failed to get method for command store order print row. No attribute place order on print row. Where is it looking for? Store order. What did we do? Store order.py, place order on print row. It is there. Or was there a exception and it is wrongly print row doc type store order dot store order place order and print row. It's the same thing. As you can see, it is the same thing. If even if we do this, then it does not make any difference. What's happening? I have whitelisted it. Let's remove the breakpoint. It's not even hitting the breakpoint, so it doesn't matter. $417. Okay. How do we check? Oh, just saw a new pattern here. Okay, you can directly freeze, and then call, and then refresh, then unfreeze manually, then show an alert. Nice. Later somewhere it might come in handy, but for now I am not getting anywhere with this. So it's throwing an exception, but clearly there is this method. Let's do one thing. Let's open up console. Let's try to call this manually, right, from the backend. from print row merge store dot print row dot doc type dot doc type store order import store order. Hi Mama, there is get doc. Let's try this. So I'm calling this exact thing, so I'll get this order store order dot, I'll call this method now, place order on print row. Obviously it is going to fail. Okay, bad request for so and so. That's fine, but I was able to call it. Then why is the front end not able to call it? Bench dash dash site pages dot localhost clear cache. What? Let's do one thing. First of all, let's go to the latest version of Frappe. Bench dash site pages dot local to migrate. So we are on the latest thing. So at least the bugs that were fixed are not there. Let's restart bench. Go back, refresh. Still the same thing. Probably I'm doing something silly. Okay, let's do just one thing. I'm not sure if that will help, but let's go to role permission manager, store order, read, delete, create. System manager has this thing, and I am the system manager. Anybody, any idea? Let me try removing whitelist. Then let's see if there is a different error or the same one. Same error. Okay, I think so. Let's find if compare document. Yep, so compare document on audit trail, and there was the same thing. If you look at the GS file. Okay, you have to pass the doc as well. When did that happen? Let's see. Probably it will work now. Yeah, it's working now. Thanks for that, Alberto. So obviously we made a bad request because we have to give a few other parameters, but at least now it is working and it is freezing and everything. That's fine. So then we will show if it was successful, then we can show frappe dot message print order placed on print row, frappe dot message print error placing order. Okay, let's try again. There was an exception, that's fine. Okay. So this is not being called and that is handling. So the desk is handling the error itself, so we don't need that. On success we will handle this. So let's try getting the order created first. So I'll go to store order.py. So let's open up print row API docs, orders API, create order. Yeah, let's start. So what was left? We did the order products, that's fine. That's there. Courier ID, right? So this we have to figure out. Let's open up Bruno. Okay, let's close anything extra. So we were testing the API here. Okay, let's bring the API documentation here. So this is the thing, get pin code details. The pin code details have been fetched, right? So let's check this. So pin code we are asking for the user, from the user. So let's check API slash external. What? Come on. Pin code slash 494001. That's like my pin code. Okay. So it returns the city, state and country automatically. Fine, we are asking that anyway. Let's try serviceability. So in order to get, like, currently what we did was directly they can place an order, right? Directly they come here, they fill in the form and they place an order. But we have to add one extra step, whether we will be able to ship to their address or not, right? That makes sense. Order will be shippable to their pin code or not. That's the thing we are doing here. And they have an API for it. Let's try this. So query parameters. No, let's copy everything. So we'll have to implement this feature now. But yeah, let's make it robust. Even if it means we have to do one more episode. But fine, we'll get this to marketplace. The given data was invalid. The country field is required. The pin code field is required. The weight field is required. The COD field is required. Weight. Where do I get the weight? What? Let's try this. Country. So for now I am doing manually. Okay, I can do it from here. Country India. Pin code 494001. What else? Weight in grams. WEIGHT weight 500. Weight must be an integer. Ha! string. What are you talking about, man? Okay. COD. So now we can implement COD feature as well. So let's do it properly. That's fine. So it will be true. Let's see what it returns. So there are 1, 2, 3 couriers available. And if I do COD false, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 couriers available. So yeah, COD flag works. And let's do it then. So we have to use this API to get the serviceability, and we'll implement a method in the backend that calls the printer API and gets this, and properly then we can use it in our front end. So that's the idea. Let's keep it to true. So this cost all are in INR, and this is the ID that we need to pass in our create order API as the courier, right? So let's start. Let's go back to the code base, and here in the utils folder, makes sense, now we have the utils folder, right? That's cool. Def get serviceability. So let's keep the naming convention same, and it will return some stuff. That's fine, we'll figure it out. But what does it take? So it takes country, pin code, weight, and COD. Country, so we can start with pin code, country, weight, COD is, so we will make our API better. And how do we get the weight? Do they return it for every product API? JavaScript playing with me. So let's get a product. I'll just clone this. Let's call it serviceability, and then in get product we can use the thing. Okay, and let's take any product ID. So this is variant ID, and then product ID will be here. Okay, so it has dimensions: width, height, top, left. Where is the weight? There is no weight here. Without the weight, how can we figure out the pricing? Let's do one thing. Let's go to dashboard, print row.com. Okay. So it is 800 grams. Where did this 800 gram come from? That's the problem, right? 800 gram. Here also it does not say anything about the weight. Let's do one thing. I have an idea. So we'll go back to new order, proceed to shipping. So I will just observe the network request they make. Network. When I click on get available couriers. Okay, let's see what did they send. Okay, they sent went 800. Where are they getting it from? That's the issue. So we can reach out to support, but let's raise the support ticket for now. Subject is how do I get the weight for a product? Maybe it's constant weights into number of items. Yeah, that is for sure, but how do I get that constant value? I don't think 800 will be constant for everything. Or maybe it is. But yeah, the support can tell us more. For now, I will just raise the support ticket and proceed with a constant weight. Maybe later we will figure out and correct it. I want to use the serviceability API to get, but it requires volumetric weight. Maybe 800. So width and height is this 3574483. 3 4s 12. Probably I have one more idea that I will try before. Let's raise a, so we'll know what is the right way to do it instead of just guessing. I want to use the service, but it requires weight, which I couldn't find in the get product API. Submit. Their support is good, by the way. Okay, they will respond as soon as possible. So yeah, what I was telling is, I was telling you there is API for catalog and product variants, and if somehow this returns the stuff I want. Category ID, but yeah, we tried it, that didn't return. But yeah, let's, for now I will hard code it to 800. So I'll make the API even better. Cool. Cash on delivery is false. Weight in grams is 800. Country and pin code. Cool. So we will close this. We'll say serviceability endpoint. Yeah, this is the serviceability endpoint. And so COD true if COD else false if they require a string, because they have written they require a string. Weight in grams, country, pin code. Nice. So default country will be India for now. Yep. Instead of data, let's do params. Make print row request. So instead of data, we need to send params. So we can enhance this so it accepts params equal to none. And here we can pass in params equal to params. Cool. Let's try it out. So we will return this and we will try it out. Okay, why did I rent real cache? I want console. Bench, no. From print row.api import get service get serviceability. Oh, not API dot utils. That's why I said why doesn't it autocomplete. Get serviceability, and this should be as easy as this. Got an unexpected keyword params. Params doesn't work because here they have passed in params as params and a request. Let's try. Headers data JSON. Okay, here it limits it. Get request session, so it gets import request dot session so and so. So either I can contribute it, params equal to none, right? And then we can pass in params equal to params, because anybody building an integration would need it sometime, right? Because it's a generic thing. Now we can try again. Yep, it works. So I will raise a PR on, what do you say, framework itself. We added params and we passed those params to the request. Fix. Okay, let's create a new branch first of all. Framework contribution, right? That's why raw unplanned stuff. Bench dash site. So other thought process would have been you directly import request and handle it manually, but that would have been, again, you have to do everything and it would have not been that dry, right? You have to replace the Frappe's request with. So in that sense, I thought, okay, it's a generic thing, can be fixed in framework, so fix it in framework. Why? Get switch dash C. So I'm creating a new branch. Let's call it allow params, and then I can say fix allow params in make request function, util function. Okay, ghpr create. I'm raising a PR now. I'll push it to frappe / frappe allow blank pull request body continue in browser. Okay, it's a keyword argument for params. Basically it's query parameters to the make request API to be passed on to the requests not requests. Adds a keyword argument for params to make the was. Okay, create pull request. Okay, let it run through. Fine, we are good for now. We can close in Frappe. If there is a review, we will check it out, but for now it is fine. Yeah, so this API works. As you can see here, it returns, and we will return the couriers. So we'll get the response and we will get serviceability, or we'll call it get available couriers. As you can see, I am refining as I go. That's fine. And then come on. Okay, then VS Code died. Yeah, it's reborn again. But yeah, let's get the couriers equal to response dot get couriers return couriers. Okay, so now the API is from printrow utils import get available couriers, and then we can call get available couriers with the pin code. Much neat. Yeah, and it directly returns the couriers. So I had one thing in mind that we can do automated like pick one of this automatically with the minimum cost. For now I'll do that, but later on we can, because I have to write some UI if I allow them to select it, right? And I don't want to do that right now. Maybe we'll refactor it later. For now I'll randomly select. So if it returns an empty list, right? Uh, Probably the area isn't served. So can't be delivered, right? Okay, let's continue. So we spent some time in this API, that's fine. Let's commit it. Looks fine. Feet get couriers API. Yeah, API, and let's whitelist it so we can call it from the front. That's the part, right? We forgot. Let's frappe dot whitelist, and we'll allow guest because this is doesn't seem that dangerous even if so we can do this. Basically this will prevent any, and then we can do number or int bool. Yep. So this makes the API more secure. Okay. Framework will do some sort of data parsing checking. Cool. Yeah. Looks good. Let's commit. Nice. Okay. Let's proceed. So what we'll do is in the front end, when they are trying to check out, we will basically, what do you say? Okay, here are two decisions I have to make now. Let's go to the whiteboard. So we have been running this whiteboard for some time now. So business logic, right? It's like not trivial always. So you might have to think a bit. So here is the things. So there is a product, right? It has a retail price, right? So the retail price is basically whatever you are selling it at, right? So maybe you have set the price to 900 rupees, but this is different from the price that print row is asking us. So it is getting this subtotal, right? 677.225, and then there is shipping. So shipping cost is separate. So shipping, and there is subtotal. Subtotal is basically what print row charges us. So in our application, to keep it simple, right? For now, I'm going to make an assumption. We'll change it later. Probably I'll change it later. But the assumption is the store owner has figured out a retail price, right? That is cost effective from him. So basically, if on average he is being charged 150 for the courier, and so this is 700, then he had made sure that he prices it 1000 and then marks it free delivery, right? That's one part of it. The second part is basically he has figured out the markup on the subtotal. Okay, so suppose the hoodie cost him 700, he had a markup of 100, then probably he's selling it at 800, and then he, based on the courier selected, he asks the user or the customer for separate delivery fee. So two cases, right? Free delivery, where the store owner has to pay delivery out of the pocket, so he has added already that in the markup, or he asks them for separate delivery fee. So in ideal scenario, there should be a configuration in the setting that basically allows the customer to decide which of the one approaches to go, whether he wants free delivery for that product. In that case, they won't be asked to pay for the shipping, or excluding the delivery fee, so they have to pay for the delivery fee. So there will be a checkbox. So now I'm brainstorming, right? In the product there will be a checkbox. In the product there will be a checkbox, free delivery, right? So in that case, no separate delivery charges. If yes, if no, then separate delivery charges. So I will implement one of this for now, and then maybe a checkbox we can add, because then if we do like this, we have to add a field to track the delivery charges, right? And then a field to track the, so where is this markup coming from? Again, this markup and grams are coming from somewhere, but from where? Probably their catalog. So 677. Okay, so base price is 445, front printing price is 100, back printing price is 100, and GST is 32.25. so that's how the total is coming. So again, we won't go into that detail. The store owner probably knows that okay, this are going to be the shipping charges, right, for that. And what else? Yeah, and then he can either ask them to pay the shipping charges or free delivery. That's fine. Yeah, let's start with the assumption that he knows, and we will implement this no wala path. Cool. Let's start. Then the user doesn't have to do much. He does just have to enter his PIN code, and we will check whether the delivery is available, whether the area is serviceable or not. Cool. Let's bring back, let's open up store product or rather checkout.html. I think that is where the checkout is. I will close this for now. I will bring a new window of Arc to the side. Pages.localhost. Yeah, when they click buy now. So before they fill in the details or after they fill in the details? Maybe before, so we have to check. Or we can do one more thing. So what we can do is, like, I'm trying to get around with the easiest method. Okay. That when they submit the form, right, they fill in the details, they submit the form. We are calling this API handle checkout submit. In this API, we will check whether this area is serviceable or not. Let's do that. API. So here we have three APIs, and then so this can be moved into the utils folder, by the way. So this is a utility thing. Let's go to utils and place it there, and then we can move its dependent import as well here. So we can sort the import using format imports from rough. Yeah, looks good. Now we just need to import from print row store.utils import get Razorpay client. Makes sense. Format document, format imports. Cool. Razorpay.errors.okay, we can import Razorpay here as well. From Razorpay.errors import signature verification error. So we don't need to import everything. And then so we'll call it as Razorpay signature verification error, so it's like more readable. And then we can replace this thing with Razorpay signature verification error. Clean code basically. Okay, so we refactored it a bit. Let's okay, again VS Code dies for some reason. Come on. Yeah, what did we do? So we moved this to utils from API. Why doesn't it show the deleted part? That's fine. Let's just commit refactor. move razor pay client util to utils dot py. That's what we did. Okay, rough tries to format it. That's fine. Done. Now in the API, now the actual thing we were doing, so we digressed, but fine. We are cleaning as we go. So here handle checkout submit, we have to first check whether it is serviceable or not. Validate serviceability order details of order details dot get pin code, right? And invalidate serviceability, we will have a method here. We will say get the pin code. We have to import that util from print. Okay, we already have this, so we'll say get available couriers, and then couriers equal to get available couriers for this pin code. Nice. This is why this Copilot is useful, right? So sorry we don't deliver to your location yet, please try again after some time. So this somehow we have to show them. Cool. Let's check out. So we can do one more thing. So we can wrap it in a try catch block, this whole thing. Try finally we have to do this. No, not finally. What am I doing? Okay, accept exception, then we can throw an exception here. Oh wait, yeah, now I recall what I was trying to do. So there is a try catch finally block, so we can try something. So I will try fetching this. So there will be two cases, right? Either the API call fails for some reason, then we'll say okay, we don't deliver there yet, because most probably print row will throw an error or return an empty list. So if couriers, right, if there are couriers, return, don't do anything, except there is an exception, or finally, right? So finally runs in either case. Okay, but okay, let's do one thing. Except what am I doing, man? I don't recall now what I was trying to do. Okay, let's do one thing. If couriers, it will return. Okay, finally. Okay, now I'll try to explain what I did here. So I'm trying, so if this passes, right, then it will return. So finally won't run. But if it doesn't return, that means the couriers are not available. Then it will go to the finally block, and we don't even need to do this. We'll just do this. Yeah. And if it throws, right, in that case also it will come here, and then it will do a frappe.throw. Cool. So we will format imports. Cool. Let's go back, let's try it out, and let's handle it in the checkout.html page as well. If there is an error, right, did we handle the error? Most probably not. Yeah, so instead of doing console alert, okay, somehow we have to check. So let's for now I will do console.error. Yeah, Let's go back. Let's try to order this again. Excel. And I will put some incorrect pin code. 1 2 3. Something went wrong. Okay, so it says sorry, we don't deliver to your location yet. Please try again after some time. So please try again after some time is not okay. This is why you can't trust the LLM every time. Okay. Now, since you saw that it handles the error properly, we'll remove this alert. Cool. And we'll try it again. Check out. Refresh the page. Excel. And 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 2 9. Okay. No. Sorry, we don't deliver to your location yet. The easiest check, right? So we didn't have to do any extra UI for it. That's fine for MVP, right? Minimum viable product. Okay, let's commit. So in front end, we didn't have to change anything. That's nice. So we just remove alert. In API, we had to validate the serviceability. So let's try the happy path. Which will be, oh, why? In happy path also it is saying the same thing. Yeah, let's not write clever code. That's learning from here. Let's write clear and concise code, even if that means it is verbose. So we'll try this. So couriers will be empty. We'll try this. We'll remove this. We'll catch or accept exception. We'll say throw, right? If there are no couriers, then also we'll throw, right? Hopefully now it will work. Come on. Bench logs. We are facing some trouble completing your request at the moment. Please try again later. Razor pay is down. Okay, it did try to create razor pay, so that thing is working at least. Yep. Something related to razor pay. Yeah, it worked. Cool. So now we can run format document. Let's commit this. So we did fix, or is it a feature, or is it a fix? It's a fix because it has to be this validate serviceability before checkout. Again, not what do you say, very good UX. So ideally it should first ask for the pin code, check if it is deliverable, then only proceed. And country we can remove. For now it is only India as of now. but I don't think it is a required thing. So yeah, we'll keep it that. Cool, I will comment out country as well for now, and then in my API where I am setting the country, I will set it to India to do later international. Okay. Sure. Only India shipping for now. Let's reload the form. City is gone. Let's try it one last time before we proceed to get the order working in the backend. Cool. It's working. Now cancel the payment. That's fine. Cool. So what I will do is I will now, so we need the courier ID, right? So whatever courier ID they selected, that we have to pass in with the order. Or we can select the cheapest. Let's select the cheapest. So while creating an order, right, we'll again do a call to the serviceability API. That's why creating functions, reusable functions is very useful. Get available couriers, pin code, couriers, select the cheapest for now. How is it doing? Does the min function not take a key? Cheapest courier. Yeah, min function takes a lambda, right? So as you can see, ID name, it's called cost, so it will return the minimum of the courier, and then we can set the courier ID to cheapest courier ID. Cool. So this is I don't know, we are restricting the app somehow, but probably it is fine for now, right? As I said, if they wanted like to let the user or the customer select it, that flow we can do it later, or maybe someone will send a PR if they want it. But for now I'll go with this. Select the cheapest courier and courier ID, courier, let's store everything, courier name and courier cost. Okay, so we have to add these three fields. So ID is an integer, cost is an integer, and cost INR. ID, name and cost. Two integers, one data field. Let's go back to doc types. Doc type. So there should be a song for doc type. I don't know. A frappe anthem. Store order. Let's go to the form. We'll add right below this form. Is anybody still with me? Are there no emojis? Still, we have like 45 minutes left and we have to place an order. So this is courier details, right? We will add one data field and two integer fields. Courier name. Hi Sharik. You're watching. That's nice. Courier name is there. Then is courier cost. Then let's do courier ID. So I assume that I am spelling courier correctly. Courier ID, courier name, courier cost. So we have to do this. INR. Okay. And this all will be read only because they are set from the backend. So let's not falsely indicate to the user that okay, they are editable and you can set the cost. Let's hit save. Go to store list. Go to this order. So currently everything is not set because we hadn't implemented it, but now since we have implemented it, let's try creating a new order. Let's go to checkout. Let's refresh. L marketing, right? Can you hear it in the background? If not, that's cool. If yes, that's marketing. And that's related to elections, by the way. They're not selling anything. So order successfully placed. Let's go back to the order and check if the courier was nice. Blue dot surface. Courier ID is 45. Courier cost is 100. Nice. Now we can proceed. So let's commit this. And also the JSON changes. Yeah. Fix. Let's call it not fix. Feed store courier auto select and store courier details in order. Cool. And now we can go to store order and we can pass the courier. Let's check the docs again for creating an order, and we have to pass the courier ID here, and COD will be, so it's outside, yeah, it's in the root of this object. So ever since I came back from Bangalore, I am sneezing a bit. Self.courier ID makes sense. and then COD. So let's do one thing. Let's add a checkbox for COD, and that will be unchecked and read only for now. Customize, not customize doc type form. So there is a bug probably because if there is a doc type you can edit, it shows. Okay. So where were we? Yeah, we needed to add a checkbox for COD, which that will be check field, and we can do cash on delivery. So the label can be cash on delivery, but the name will be COD. And for now it will be read only. Default value will be 0. Hit save. If we check the order, we have cash on delivery, read only. Nice, Kevin. Everything is very raw, right? Like we are figuring out stuff along the way. COD. So we have to, let's check the API again. We have to send. So invoice URL, Maharshi is here. He is going to basically, I am going to use print designer to build a print format and then attach an invoice along with that. So right now I will put a fake dummy URL if it is required. So COD will be boolean self.cod, right? Okay. So let's start. Let's try placing this order. Store object has no attribute code. Not code. COD. This is COD as well. So there was an exception. Okay, what did we do now? Let's check bench console. To the very bottom. So bad request. But what's the error actually? Let's do a make print row request. Make request. Let's raise for status, right? That we added somewhere. So it automatically raises if a non 200 code or something is returned. Raise. Nope. Because I want to inspect the response that came from print row's side. Let's try and add a breakpoint here. No, it didn't reach. Doesn't reach here. So what can I do? Print response, is it coming here? If it doesn't come to the breakpoint, then no point it is coming here. So let's inspect the code of make request item, because normally the request method, right, it doesn't throw an error. So we have some custom code that does that. By the way, Sharik, I raised a PR if you can review and merge it. Because as soon as I push the current code to CI, right, it is going to pull the develop branch of Frappe and try, and then CI will fail because params doesn't exist. Cool. So we were trying to find make request. So it logs error. So let's check error logs. Maybe you'll find something there. Error log list created on error. Okay, here was the issue. Bad request is fine, just tell me some error, right? Let's try it manually. So I'll copy this data here. I'll go to Bruno. So by the way, the creator of Bruno is going to join me for a Build with Hussain episode under a new series that I announced at India FOSS, which is called Build with Hussain for FOSS, BWH for FOSS. And there are like 6 speakers already lined up. That will be a special episode probably once a month. Let's duplicate this and we'll call it create pro order, and then I will do a post request. Body will be JSON and this will be the body, but this is not JSON. Okay, fine. Let's do one thing. We will parse this to, like, we will dump this to JSON. Frappe.json to JSON, I guess. No? Okay, just frappe.json. Give it this dictionary. Okay, JSON is a module. Dump s. Okay, yeah, now we got the JSON. Now I will go back to Bruno and paste it. Yeah, now this is cool. Now what was the API we are making the call to? So basically I'm trying to do this manually. Okay. The given data was invalid. Invalid product ID provided. This is what I was looking for. Right now we have something to work on. Product ID, right? 541688. What have I done? This is a string, and if I recall correctly, they are looking for an integer there. So let's close the extra, a lot of stuff. So we have to parse it to an integer before we send it because it's a data field. So product ID will be int, or we could make it a int field. What will be better? So this will take a lot of space, the int, but why over optimize, right? Let's change it to an integer field. Otherwise everywhere we have to do it. So let's go back, let's go to doc type list. It's all about decisions and decisions. Product print row order, no, not print row order ID. Came to the wrong doc type. Store product. Print row ID. It should be int field, non-negative. Right, hit save. Field type int print row ID cannot be unique. Okay. So you can't mark an integer field unique. That's a new thing I learned today. So yeah, looks like this is the way to go. I don't know why. Why can't you make like mark a integer field unique? That's fine. Let's do one thing. Now this will go like this, right? So let's try it out now. Again some error. Let's try it from here. Invalid product ID provided. Where? This is a correct product ID. Order products of 0 product ID. Let's see what we are sending as the product ID. Print row product ID, which if I recall we did a db.getValue, which was print row ID from the product of the store product. So from the product we are sending this ID, and this is a valid product because if I check as you can see 541688 is the correct thing. 541688 correct, and it has this valid variant 14. Yeah, everything looks correct. The data given was invalid. So maybe let's remove the product ID altogether, whether it can guess it from the variant ID. The customer number must be 10 digits. Okay. What else? This is not a valid email address. Administrator, that's fine. Generally it will be something like this. So I will write it down, we'll fix it. Success. Yay. So the order got placed. So we have to do 3 fixes. We don't need to send the product ID because they are guessing it from, like they are fetching it from the variant ID. So that's one thing. We want to send the phone number correctly. So currently it's like not 10 digits. We have to somehow add the validation in the front end as well as in the back end. So that we will do. But it works, right? So I will go back to print row dashboard and check whether they placed in the product, and I can cancel it because the actual money was deducted from my credits. But yeah, finally we did it. Let's go to manage orders. It was received. Let me cancel it, please. So as you can see, my balance from 1k plus to it went to 300. Cancel. Reason. Is it the L size? Order is taking too long to ship. Customer does not. Customer wanted a different size or color. Other. The order has been cancelled successfully. Is my money back? Yeah, it's back. So we can retry it. Thanks, print row people. Yeah, so now I want to do it from here, right? So that's the whole point of placing an order. But we'll see what it returns, right? So what all we can store it. So if it returns success, we can store this information, the cost, the subtotal, everything else we already have, I guess. And print row status, probably that, print row status. And of course the order ID. Let's start. We'll go to Bruno, side by side we'll do this. Yeah, cool. So we didn't need to do this API call, like the DB call. And we get the response. If it is a success, if it is not response of status not equal to success, frappe dot throw, do this through, give a message. Let's not, don't think they do. Something went wrong. Something went wrong. Okay. And then we have to update the order. So we will do self dot update. What all we have to set? We have to set the print row order ID. Let's check what all fields we have. Everything is taking shape, right? So let's go to the doc type list, store order. We still have 20 minutes left. So print row order ID. So now I don't need this field. I don't need this tracking ID. Probably will need tracking ID. So later on, I think it will send us a tracking ID. But yeah, for now what we can do is we can go to order print row order equal to response of order, which will give us this, and then we can store this ID, right? ID and status, I guess. So customer is fine. Weight 800 grams is, they said, right? Now later they are telling us, but fine. Invoice URL we didn't send. Tracking URL is not available yet. Tracking status is also not available. Products are available, that's fine. Timeline. So this is some kind of, later on maybe if we want to render the timeline of orders in a custom page or something, we can do that. But yeah, for now I guess that this is it. We were able to place the order and store some details. Self dot save, right? We will remove the breakpoint. There's one more thing we'll do. So we have to update the status of the order itself. Placed, right? What did we call it? The option. Paid, placed on print row, delivered, placed on print row. Placed on print row. We have to do one more episode, that's for sure. Maybe tomorrow we'll do it. This is not order, this is status, man. Okay. Status is placed on print row. Then we set the ID and the status. Cool. So while we are here, we'll go back to the doc type form, and in the status, right, I will add a cancelled option. Cool. So if you see now, there is an issue. Actually this order is cancelled in the print row backend. So if you go to this, right, you will see this showing cancelled. So if we have to update the status automatically, right, so we have to sync the order status as well. As we are syncing the products regularly, we have to sync the order statuses. So we will do that. We will first see the API if there is a get order API. There is. So let's take this up, go back to Bruno. This is the final piece. Let's duplicate this. We'll call it get order. And order ID. So this will help us in syncing the status from print row to our Frappe system. As you can see, it fetched the order. Status is cancelled, right? Cost and etc. that is fine. Yeah. So we will quickly, very fast. We will go to order. We'll add a button here to sync the status of this order. I'm saving the request. So okay, let's quickly implement this. I'll go to hooks.py, and every 5 minutes let's also sync print row. So I will just duplicate this, cut. We still have 10 to 15 minutes. Sync order status from print row. Let's create this in the tasks file. Nice. Now we'll do order endpoint, which is this thing here. So we have to replace this with the order ID. So sync orders. Let's simplify the name. Sync orders from print. No. Sync orders from print row. Yep. So we have to get the orders for which we have to orders to sync. We'll do frappe.db.getAll store order filters. Okay, now we have to make some decisions where the status is not in paid or cancelled, right? So if it's cancelled, there is no point in, because cancelled orders can't come back. Then one more thing is print row order ID is set. Yeah, so we have delivered. So Marshi, good point. Delivered, right? If it is delivered as well, why would we need to update the status? So print row order ID is not none. Cool. Yeah, then we can loop over. So we will do pluck what print row order ID. Yep. So orders to sync, we do get all the orders that are not paid, cancelled or delivered. Then print row ID is set. Pluck the print row order ID. But no. Oh, that's fine, we can do it. Then I will loop over all the order in orders to sync. For order ID. Actually, this is the order ID. And now we can make print row request to order endpoint, right? We'll get the response. We will get this response, and then we can so I'm going to try it. So if one sync fails, that doesn't mean you don't do other. Frappe.log error. Correct API or not? Message in title. Title and description. Okay. Error syncing order. Print row order ID. Cool. So we log it and then we proceed. So okay, if we get the response, right, if the status has changed, frappe.db. Set value store order not response of status, response of order of status. Okay, so we are doing a db set value because I know there are no validations. So store order, order ID, the status should be order of status, so that will be this order. Inside that there is status, which will be cancelled. And so what I will do is I will create a separate function for this part, something, we'll name it something, what does it need to make it work? So it just needs an order ID. Sync status for order ID. Now I see that it is not syncing order, it is syncing order status. We are not syncing existing orders. That's fine. Let's rename it again. I'll tell you why I separated it out. One, that it made this one cleaner, right? Second, I'll be able to call this, right, from okay, one more thing we could have done. Yeah, we can call it. So I will go to store order.py file, and here I will add a whitelisted method, frappe.whitelist def sync status from print row, right? I want it to be called from the front end, and then I can just do from print row dot tasks import sync order status from print row, sync order status from print no self dot, not self dot name, self dot print row order ID. Okay, so that will do that, and basically this will call this API which we just, okay, no, sync status for order. Format the imports, cool, and then this is doing a db.setValue. That's fine. Cool, let's add a button to store order.js which will call just this. So I will do actions. So grouping the buttons, basically const frm dot since we are freezing, right, we don't need this button, so we can use this name for this, const btn equal to frm dot call doc is doc, method is, so we didn't give it a name, so okay, I'm doing it wrong. Frm dot add custom button sync order status frm dot call dot then frappe dot message print okay. Get order status is not the name of this. Let's sync status from print row. Okay, then we'll pass the button here. We can remove this, by the way, since this is JavaScript. And now I'll go back, I will refresh. Sync order status should also go in the actions. So I have two buttons now. Sync order status Okay, what did I do? Order /0. Is it idiotic? Okay, makes sense. Because because it wasn't set. frm dot set cur frm dot set value print row order id value will be this id. Now I will try to sync the order. As soon as it is synced, does it get set automatically? Does not. Not order id. Oh shoot. Okay, no worries, we can sync it again and again now. Synced. If we reload, what is happening? Oh, status not. Print row. That's why I don't trust Copilot from now on. It's done. What did I do? Oh, it got synced. So let's do this. And I know what I did wrong. This button right, this shouldn't be inside this if condition. This should be available in any case. Actions, sync order status synced. Let's reload. It is cancelled. So what we can do is frm dot reload automatically. Even if someone goes and removes this, right, we should make it read only. And if we sync the status now, it is set, but let's make it read only. Then if it is cancelled, we should mark it cancelled as well. Okay, I will close the call now. Let's cut it out. Let's add it to status equal cancelled. So I want to update the global status as well. Cancelled or delivered. Okay, set the status as well. Cool, this will do. So placed on print row, remove this as well. Let's hit save. Now if I sync status, okay, it doesn't set it properly. Okay, cancelled. Cool, it's not reloading it automatically, but that's fine. Let's hit commit and then we are done for today. Cool, store COD. This wasn't working. This, let's do commit. Let's commit this and feed order and order status sync. I knew it. Cool. We are done for today. Bye bye. We'll see you tomorrow. We will need one more episode for the print format plus some semantical fixes here and there.